is the ClosetMaid ShelfTrack, and hopefully that's what it will look like.
Before we get started, we need to use a stud finder. Well, what do you know? I found it. Just kidding. This stud finder is zircon, and this is the E50. I picked this up at Ace Hardware. So what you want to do is you want to power it up, give it just a moment to calibrate, and then go across the wall slowly. Ah, look at that. I found a stud. Oh, wait a minute. That might not be a stud. So let's go down further. Oh, see, look at that. Oh. This whole wall is a stud. All right, let's see what we can do.
Now what I'm going to do is set up a small workstation and place all the parts right up here. Now that I have my workstation set up, I am ready to go. I've got my instruction booklet, and it is only, okay, we're gonna wing this as best we can. I've been working on this for a moment. What you didn't see, I had to drill an extra hole because I don't have 16-inch studs in this wall space here. It's actually 24 inches. I put the align track up against the wall. I measured it off at 81 inches first. So I put my leveler on top of the align track. I also indicated where my studs were ahead of time. So now it's time to put the align track on the wall. I'm going to check one more time. I've indicated that this is where the stud is going to be. And so we're just going to check it, wait for it to calibrate, and then, all right, go down the wall just a little bit, go back over. All right, it seems to be consistent. Okay, yep, got it. It works. I just want to test with a nail real quick, just to make sure before I go putting a screw in there. Let's just make sure that this is in fact a stud. Yep, that seems pretty secure. So I know in fact that this is definitely a stud. The next step is putting in the screws. I've already indicated where the holes need to be. Now that we have our holes, let's see if we can screw in the align track. So what I had to do was put a 1/2-inch drill bit on these holes where basically there is no stud. What you want to do is you want to be able to hold this like so and push it through the wall, and then it will open up on the other side, and then when you start to drill, like, it will come tight. Perfect. Now I'm just going to have to screw those in, but as you can tell, this is just hanging around. For this next part, I'm going to be hanging each one of these pieces here. What are they called? So for this next part, I'm going to be hanging 3 standards. All right, 3 standards. We're just going to make sure, and you know that you can hang it because of the groove right there. Obviously, if you were doing it from this end, you'd be like, it's not working. It's not working. I'm going to give this thing a bad review because I tried to hang it, but it wouldn't hang. Yeah. So just turn it around. There you go. Now, you can slide it in there like so. Perfect. Voila. If the stud is right in here, and we just need to make sure, we need to confirm that. So we'll take a look and see, where is that stud? Where's that stud? Anyways, you get the point. Unfortunately, on this particular wall, it's the center, but I don't have a stud right there. Well, we're gonna do our best. It's not perfect. I'm taking you to the next step. So what we want to do is we want to take these little standard extenders, and so you place them in the bracket there, and then go ahead and get your other standard and try your best to, voila! No, I'm just kidding. I need to fix that. But you get the idea. So you're going to connect all 3 pieces, and then we'll line all this up. Make sure that this standard is level before you drill the hole. And I've already made sure that the stud is here. The stud is here. And actually, for in normal situations, you would mount the middle rail to the stud. But this wall is so different that I'm going to have to put in toggles on the other standards, and then I'm going to mount this one because it is the only one that rests up against the stud. I don't want to move it more on the inside for obvious reasons, because then it would be imbalanced completely and that would just be awkward. You know, you just have this shelf hanging way over here and, oh, here's a standard way back here. Anyways, so I'm going to drill the rest of these holes, and then we should be in the home stretch. I ran into a little snag. Now, my stud finder here, I'll show you. It shows that there's a stud there. But, unfortunately, when I put this screw in there, it didn't catch on anything. So that means I gotta use more power. I gotta make it bigger. All right, so let's try this. Great. So apparently there must be a stud somewhere in there, because as you can tell, it just shifted slightly. So when I went in, it just kind of just pulled it over. But now we're going to put a toggle bolt in here. I'm continuing to drill these holes. So this is where we are. All right. These are 1/2 inch in diameter, but I actually have to, I have to make a little bit of wiggle room so that these toggles can fit properly and seat in there so they'll go through. There we go. Watch this. Yeah, like this. Oh wait, I don't want to destroy that. Okay, sorry. Here's an important tip. Anybody who does carpentry knows all too well what's about to happen. All right, so when you go to put these through, now keep in mind this is going through the wall and it's going to seat on the other side of that drywall, all right? What you need to remember, this is just for anyone who has never done this, like me. So I'm going to have to take this piece off, the little toggle, and then run the screw through there. Common sense, yes, I know. But just in case, we'll run this screw through here and the toggle will be on the other side and we'll put it through the wall, okay? And give yourself just a little bit of room so that as you're putting them down the wall, you don't run into a situation where you're like, oh my goodness, I can't seem to get these in the wall. All right, I hope that helps. Just remember, I'm a dad replacing some shelves. What I've done is I've already put the 1/2 inch holes and put my screws with my toggles through. You can kind of see the opening right there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure you screw these in. So when you screw them, first of all, make sure this is not in reverse. That would be bad. When you screw these, you just keep going until you feel the tension, basically. Anybody who's ever screwed a screw knows all about it. All right, I've got 3 more of these to go. Then it's time to put in the little slats, or whatever they're called. The funny thing is, I called these slats. What are slats? It's like, hey, I have my slacks. Slats, what? I don't know what I was thinking. All right, so these are shelf brackets. And as you can tell, there's, I don't know if you can see, well, actually you can't see it, but there's a nice little hole that I left in the wall there. I'll have to patch that up. All right, so what you want to do is basically just drop it in like so, which isn't too bad. There we go. And one more for the road. Hey! Let's make sure this is the right way. Oh yeah! I had to like look at it one more time. Now we'll put up. Hold on, here it comes. Where is it? It is right here. Oh! is go ahead and drop this like so. Like so. Wait a minute. Is that right? No. Hold on. Is it right? I don't know. There's a place on the back of this shelf bracket that holds it in place, which is nice. So you'll hear it pop. And then what you do is you just pull this on the, okay. You pull this, well, it has this nice little incline, so that's cool. I showed you how to do it the wrong way the first time, so now you know what to do. Basically, what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring it through the frame, obviously, because it makes more sense that way. And then you drop it in the back and pop that in. Let's see. Drop it and pop it. Yeah. You want to drop it and pop it. What? Here we go. There we go. And perfect. I'm almost done. I only have 2 more shelves to go. And what I've done to make sure that all of these are lined up like how they need to is basically I just counted 11 spaces in, and then I put my shelf bracket through there so that I know that 11 in all the way down. The final touches to this really, as I look into my bag, basically, as you can see, you have these little plastic end caps, and you can put those on the outside just to make it look nice and so that it doesn't scratch your furniture or whatever. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Just remember, I'm a dad putting up shelves.